Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Madeline Grabowski.
And I'm Martin Nour.
And we have the solution that the waste management industry is desperate for. Our company, AIR VR, provides a customizable software to remotely automate the extraction of raw material from electronic waste.
What we're doing is we're using VR and robots to help clean up electronics.
For most of us today, this does not feel like an impending threat. So I ask you to take a moment and consider the number of cell phones and laptops in this very room, all destined to become waste.
Unfortunately, this is a reality that we're slipping further and further into. We're currently facing an exponential growth of electronic waste while our devices are becoming miniature and harder to recycle. This relationship puts stress on an industry that is entirely dependent on manual labor for survival. We have a solution. AIR VR will pair industry workers with industrial robotics through virtual reality for remote operation.
Our team consists of trained roboticists and researchers from the Consortium for Research in Robotics, a nonprofit research center out of Pratt Institute. We have an existing space down in the Brooklyn Navy Yard where will serve as training ground and space for deployment of our product.
Our concerns with electronic waste are multifold. As mentioned, we're currently experiencing an exponential growth while our devices are becoming smaller and harder to recycle. Within our devices are hundreds of components, many of which are comprised of heavy metals such as palladium, lithium, mercury, and lead. When improperly recycled, these materials pose life-threatening conditions for the workers involved, thus resulting in high insurance costs and labor fees for the employers.
A study by EPA created or estimated that the growth of electronic waste per year is by 1%. This reaches 52.2 million metric tons generated by the year 2021. Today, only 20% of e-waste is being recycled. To put this into perspective, in 2016, the raw materials were underutilized or had an underutilized profit of over $62 billion.
When these raw materials are improperly handled, they're left to be incinerated, to be piled into landfills that pose detrimental effects to the ecosystem, the local communities, and workers involved. AIR VR will act as the workflow tool to pairing these industry workers with sophisticated industrial robotics for remote operation.
So why VR? Electronic waste workers, such as Mr. Wong here, experience hazardous conditions, are exposed to toxic materials, and are part of demanding labor practices.
Our technology will allow these workers to operate in remote sites, be that 6 feet away or in the next state. Mr. Wong will never come in contact with harmful raw waste.
We are augmenting the human worker, just like Mr. Wong, who is able to complete variable tasks, and pairing this skill with that of the high proficiency and accuracy that industrial robotics provides. By combining these two technologies, we are creating a safer and more efficient work environment for everyone.
AIR VR will situate our recovery technology into existing industries with partial automation. We will situate ourselves between the refurbishing and recycling processes of electronic waste lifecycle. We have spoken with dozens of R2 certified facilities that boast a zero waste or zero landfill policy and a no export initiative. All of these facilities are equipped with some form of partial automation, be that from optical sorters to conveyor systems. This pre-existing environment allows our company to introduce robotics to an industry that does not have them. Post-integration, AIR VR technology will augment the worker, providing with a safer and more efficient electronic waste recycling facility.
The threat of electronic waste is exponential. It is not going anywhere. AIR VR provides a profitable solution to a problem that we are all contributing to. Thank you.